Royal Bumper Inn golf course, and I took a Viagra and it got stuck in my lower back, feeling really stiff. It's a beautiful morning, look at that mist coming off the water, and today I was really focusing on putting. I don't really care about the distance of this course. I'm 6,000 yards, get in play, have a relaxing round. How did I improve my putting, players? Well, we'll get into that as we go. Getting ready, having a little chat. Why am I doing a voiceover, players? Well, because I felt like it. So I pound a little iron straight down the center. The reason I take the iron there, players, is just that it's the safest club on that day. My main concern for the day was I want to hit the green. Whatever it takes, I want to hit greens so that I can show off my putting prowess. That's all. I want to show off how well I putt. So I've been listening to Bob Rotella books on Audibles for probably been about a week before this round, and every moment I can. There's no YouTube, there's no nonsense videos, there's no mental masting watching junk. I'm just listening to Bob Rotella, putting out of your mind. And that is all I focused on for today, was just get it on the green. The green is my kingdom. I love putting. Watch how we do today, players. You may not be able to see it on every putt. Sometimes I don't actually move my head, I just move my eyes. What I've decided to do is to create every putt a 5-foot putt or less, because I like 5-foot putts. I wasn't really satisfied with my putting, that's why I've been listening to the Bob Rotella. On longer putts, I'm looking at something within 5 feet of the ball. On my line, pick the speed with the line, it comes together, and then just commit to that line and find something on the line inside 5 feet. I'm actually not lifting my head that much, but my eyes are looking at a pitch mark just in front of the ball to roll it over. My body knows the speed, and this is what I live for, players. Little view into the sun early in the morning, cutting through the morning mist of Ayutthaya region. Absolutely beautiful. Inside 5 feet. It's my strength. That's why I like to change all my longer putts into 5-foot or shorter putts. On the putts inside 5 feet, I had not quite discovered what to do on those putts because I'm quite good at them. So now I'm halfway between. Do I look at the hole and my target, or do I just keep looking down at the ball? And you'll see a big difference between the first line and the second line just on that. The key to any process, layers, is to just commit. You have to commit to the process. You have to commit to a new concept. You have to commit to your plan. You always have to commit. You'll find things will be working for 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds, 3 months, and then they stop working. And you think it doesn't work anymore. No, you haven't committed to the process to keep going. Under pressure, after a while, when we stop thinking about it, we revert to our old habits. But just stay tuned and you will see what happens.
Perfect. Wow, good line, huh?
The less you focus on the rest of the game and you're only focused on a certain aspect, which is your playing purpose for the day. On this day it was my putting. I found that the rest of the game just fell in line. Great tee shots. I was hitting great iron shots without thinking about them. All the thoughts were focused more on my playing intention and playing focus for the day, which was putting. I was not concerned with any other thing besides putting, getting the ball anywhere on that green to show off my high skill as a putter. Yes, I'm lying to myself, but how do we gain that that feeling of confidence if we don't begin by lying to ourselves, telling ourselves we're great putters. Now you may be wondering, like, Matt, why are you not looking at the ball? You're not trying hard enough. Something's wrong. You can't do that. Yes, players, that's exactly the point. Golf logic is backwards. So while you see me looking somewhere else but the ball, what I feel is freedom. Freedom from thoughts, freedom from wondering if I've got the right line, freedom from wondering if I'm lined up correctly and if I have to make adjustments before the stroke. All the freedom from the thoughts that stop us from holding putts. You'll see, I just look where I'm heading and I hit the ball there. There's no correct way. Whatever gets the ball in the hole. You know, there's something we never talk about, and that's visualization. I didn't play many rounds before this. This was one of my first rounds back in Thailand. What had I been doing though? I had been visualizing. And what do I mean by visualizing? I don't mean half-heartedly thinking about playing golf. I was feeling the times I was hitting putts and holding putts. I went to go look back at videos in Hue Hin, all those videos from the past where I really started to feel like I could putt. And I started to visualize that and feeling how it feels to watch that ball just trickle in, how it feels to hear it rattle from 20 feet away. You must really feel it. I was feeling it. I was imagining every putt going in the hole.
Ching,ได้ไหม ไม่เอา
So we make the turn and my caddy turns to me and says 31, Samsip Ed. And I'm thinking, oh man alive. I knew I was playing well, but I didn't know it was 5 under. And that was a big mistake for me. I started thinking about the score. Never count your score up as you're playing because it's going to get in your head. And you'll see this 9, it got in my head big time. And I stood on this par 5 and I thought, man, that looks really tight. It's not tight, players. It's not tight at all. But it's amazing how that 5 under score with 8 holes to go starts making you think, oh boy, watch this. And a little draw straight to the water. I'm watching that thing thinking, oh my God, dude, do not go in the water. I don't want a bogey. And that is defensive thinking, terrible thinking. Just keep doing what you've been doing. Maddie Bumbuaddy. Luckily, we're playing the white tees. If it were the blue tees or black tees, that's in the water. Sand held it up, and I still left myself a chance. We've got to take advantage, okay? If you've screwed up, accept you've screwed up, and you got away with murder, now take advantage. Do not keep screwing up. Do not hang on to that feeling. Think about taking advantage. I'm going to finish this hole strong. Yes, I got lucky. Now I'm going to finish strong. I can get this to 2 or 3 feet guaranteed, easily. And then on the takeaway, I thought about the score. And what happened? I left it short, gave it a little chunky monkey. Because you do that, you start to think, uh-oh, it's getting to me. I'm going to screw up. And that's the worst part you can do. If you have a strong process, which I didn't because I was only focusing on the putting and the process was not strong enough yet, that meant the pressure from the rest of the game came back into the putting as well. And in the putting with a new process, from this hole onward, I start thinking about, hang on, how can I look at the hole? How can I look at my target line and trust that my pace is correct? It's impossible. I can't do that. And look what happens to my putting the rest of the way round. The putting was the core. The putting was the focus. I lost my playing focus. So what am I going to do now? Instead of thinking about holding this putt, I'm thinking about, I don't know the pace. This is impossible. It can't keep working. And I lose commitment to the process that had just been working the previous 9 holes. Yes, I leave with a par, but we had 2 great birdie chances in a row. Loss of confidence in the new putting commitment process makes the rest of the game go poofies. If it were the first 9, I'd be thinking about holding this putt. What am I thinking about? Don't 3-putt. When you're thinking about not 3-putting, your brain can't tell the difference between don't or the active do. And if you're thinking don't 3-putt or how am I going to avoid this 3-putt, more than likely you're going to 3-putt. You're not going to hit a committed shot. You're going to worry too much. And that's exactly what happened. And now, of course, you know what I'm thinking. You know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, oh God, I've shot a 68 in Gasan Kuntan in Chiang Mai. I don't want to let this slip away. This could have been a 65, could have been a 64. Oh man, what am I going to do? I'm testing out clubs here to see what I can do. I'm thinking the grass is going to tangle my 4-iron. 6 is just going to get through that grass much easier than the 4. Now, the one place I do not want to be is in that bunker short, and that's all I'm thinking about. Don't hit it into that bunker short. If you catch this properly, it should fly, and you're going to miss the left side of the green. And at the top of the swing, a little loss of commitment, and you can see that swing is a bit different, little chunky monkey, and I'm in that bunker. Well, I 2-putted from there, players, that unfortunately I pressed the wrong button. And I've got a beautiful chip here. I mean, I'm looking at this thinking, this is delicious. Just land it down there on that spot, let it roll down the hill. It's going to come left to right, going to have a little tap in 1-footer. And you know what happens again, players? I think about the score. When you're thinking about anything but the target, when you're thinking about your score, when you're thinking about what you're going to eat, you're not thinking about your target. And that's when you have problems. I decelerated on this shot because I was thinking about the 67. I'm thinking just chip close. We're going to putt it in. We're going to be 5 under again. Then we can have a cushion for the last 2 holes. And this is basically choking, players. This is what choking is all about. It's when you're unprepared for a situation and you mess it up. There's no shame in choking. A lot of people will laugh at you and say you choke and you didn't manage it correctly. Oh, stop making excuses, you just choked. Yes, I can say I choked a little bit on this round, but you know what? It prepares you for the next time. It shows you what you need to work on. And if you go away and work on it, you're not going to choke again. You just prepare. And I'm standing on the final tee, not wanting to go right at all, as you'll see. And we end up in the left rough. I mean, really, that wasn't a great shot. We've got to go over the trees. We've got the ball above our feet. It's going to go a little left, but we've also got water right. So we don't want to be too risky here. I'm going to try to shoot it straight up the guts. I have to muster up everything in me just to not fall apart, thinking about my personal best, slipping away again. I've got a tough chip up the hill onto a downslope, and you'll see how this ball bounces to the right like that, leaving me a big left to righter for the 67. This is where the idea that I got from the book of Bob Rotella came into play. This really saved me on the final hole. I finally committed to it again. I was staying in my head, what do I do? Do I try hard and look at the ball? Do I look at the spot? What do you do, Maddie? What do you do, Maddie, boom, boom, Maddie? So what did I do? I looked at the target mark to the left of the hole. And I looked at that as I putted and just trusted it that it's going to go in the hole. And I hit that little left-right slider up the hill. It just eked into the hole on the left side, giving me the personal best of 67. And still to this day, I'm thinking about how it could have been a 63 or 64, but I let myself get in the way. That's the most important. Get out of your own way, players. I don't know if this video has helped you, but it's helped me to process these thoughts, and I'm gonna be a better player.